So if it's that
Yes.
personal, some of us could decide for ourselves that that's not a medal.
Arguably, yes. I mean, as happens in art all the time.
Yes.
Definitely.
Because I've looked around this a couple of times, and some of them are really very beautiful. You're right, and you can see that they are miniature works of art. But whether they're a medal seems to me to still have to have something that's either medal shaped or flatter. There's something about the three-dimensional to that extent, like number 21.
Yes.
When I saw that last week, I said, well, I don't think that's a medal.
Maybe it's not.
Well,
I mean,
maybe
there's that
it
fine line.
The artist says it is, but equally, each of us can make a decision that for us it isn't.
Certainly, certainly. In the same way that there'll be differences in debates about what makes something good art versus bad art. I once had an infuriating debate with someone who said, well, there is no difference between good art and bad art, which I think is the easy way out. But absolutely, that's personal consideration and then personal definition.
Yes, and maybe it doesn't particularly matter, but there's definitely a blurring in this modern work between things that are the outer limits of medals and the start of small sculptures.
But there's also, I mean, there's that debate in between, because then there's number 21, which is very much three-dimensional. But if we go back to Japan, this here number 1, this was one of the first ones that I opened up. It is relatively two-dimensional. I mean, it's fairly flat and it's circular. So it adheres more traditionally to the idea of what a medal should be and can be. But then, in a way, I mean, number 1 is maybe testing the boundaries and pushing them from something more traditional like number 17 or number 16. But then I wonder if we go back to the three-dimensional resin piece, the triangles, isn't that maybe the next step? And even if it's crossed what most people conventionally consider a medal, in a way I think it's worth adding that to the debate and testing people and seeing whether or not people will accept it as a medal or not.
I would think more trophies.
Okay.
Some thought. There's more words possible.
Yeah. Medal was a round thing, hang around the neck. But these could just be mounted, some of the large ones, because it wouldn't even call it a trophy.
Well, what makes something a trophy?
Or a plaque.
Or a plaque?
Something bigger than a medal.
Yeah. I think these are all important considerations, but I think ultimately, there's a dialogue in that there are no final answers, and there is no black and white, just various shades of gray. Or in these cases, hypercolor. So